Everyone, my name is Rohit Rane from PGPM batch section C, roll number 2501204, and today I'll be presenting on an IB topic, too hot to work, how extreme India is becoming an economic problem in India. The main idea of this presentation is that the extreme heat should no longer be seen as a climate issue. In India, it is increasingly becoming an economic issue because it directly affects people's ability to work. Usually, when we talk about the economic problems, we think of unemployment, inflation, poverty, but extreme heat also deserves attention, especially in a country like India, where a large part of the workforce is engaged in physically demanding jobs. So, this slide explains why the issue matters economically. India has a large workforce in jobs such as construction, farming, delivery work, street vending, and factory work. Extreme heat directly affects how long and how efficiently people can work. First, it reduces the working hours because workers often have to slow down or stop during peak heat. Second, it lowers labor productivity because heat stress affects physical concentration. Third, it cuts incomes and outputs because fewer working hours and lower productivity means lower wages for workers and reduced economic output overall. So the link is pretty much very clear. More heat leads to less work, less productivity, and less income. So this slide shows that the scale of the problem based on the ILO 2019, India could lose the equivalent of 34 million full-time jobs by 2030 and 5.8% of total working hours due to heat stress based on McKinsey 2020, 2.5% to 4.5% of GDP could also be at risk by 2030. These numbers show that the extreme heat is not just a seasonal inconvenience. It can affect labor capacity, productivity, and even natural economic growth. The heaviest burden falls on vulnerable and informal workers, meaning the people who are already less economically secure suffer the most. So, what do you think we should do? For the short term, what we can do is we can provide water, shaded rest areas, and a safer work timings. For the medium term, heat action plans, school roofs, urban tree covers should be implemented. And for the long term, climate sensitive planning and better working protection should be provided. And as you can see that the extreme heat may look like a climate issue on the surface, but in reality, it is also an economic issue and one that India needs to take seriously.